Okay, so March day 3, we are going to be doing deadlifts again. So I'm not going to go through the whole setup. We did that in day 1. What we're doing now is we are working a bit more towards strength. So what we're doing is a reverse pyramid. So we are starting off with, well, I've given 2 options. We're either doing 12-8-5 or 5-3-1. So 5-3-1 is really for those that are more advanced and that have the technical proficiency to go that heavy. For those that are still having just learning the movement, we're going to do 12-10-8, where you're going to focus on adding a bit of weight. So it's getting a bit heavier and you're getting a bit stronger in that sense, but you're not pushing that close to failure, okay? So we're going to come down. Basically what's happening is we're doing our deadlift. We're doing our 12 reps or our 5 reps, okay? And then after, on the next set, we're going to add on weight anywhere from 1.25 on each side, 2.55. It really depends on you and your strength. And we're going to reduce the reps. So first set we do 12, second set we do 10, and third set we do 8. If you're doing in the 5-3-1, you are obviously pushing closer to your 1 rep max. But I do want you to keep in mind that on your 1 rep max that you do have a sort of maybe like a 1 rep in reserve, 1 to 2 reps, just so that you are not pushing to failure every single week. And then maybe on the last week of the month, focus on trying to test your 1 rep max truly. So maybe you can push it to the point that you literally could only lift it once, okay? So just keep that in mind over the first few weeks that you're building up to that and that you are not going full on like 1 rep max from day 1, okay? I've obviously showed it here with the barbell, but you can of course do it with kettlebells and start with lighter kettlebells and work your way up like so. Then we're going into press-ups. So obviously for those that can do press-ups, having our diamond shape on the floor, sort of hands shoulder width apart, inhale, exhale down, not letting our hips drop down like so. For those that can't do it on the floor, you can obviously do it up off an incline, so up off a bench like so. Okay, and just really trying to focus on using a height where you can get your chest down to the bench or the bar. So for example, I could set a bar here and do press-ups here off the bar. If you're kind of a bit in between incline press-ups, so incline press-ups is you're still learning and trying to get stronger in the movement, but floor press-ups are too hard. You can do a band assisted press-up, which is like this. So you set up similar to how I showed you on the pull-ups. You're gonna take the bar, you're gonna have it under the chest there, okay? And then you are going to drive down and exhale. And all that's going to do is it's going to help you take off a little bit of weight, okay? So as I said, if you're still learning the movement, do it on inclines, do it on a bench. You can set a bar up here, like so. I'll quickly show you. And do your press-ups. And of course, if you can do them on the floor, you do it. So with the bar, similar situation to the bench. The difference is you can have it higher, you can have it lower to match your ability. And then finally, we're going into banded abductions or cable abductions. So if you're doing it banded, you're just gonna take a thigh loop, okay? You're gonna put it over your leg. I like to hold on to something for stability so I don't have to worry about it, okay? I have my pelvis tilted, okay, and then inhale, exhale, drive that leg up and back. Okay, I like to have my hand just actually on the glute here so that I can feel here where it's meant to be working, so I can really focus on engaging that. And if you're doing it on the cable, it is absolutely the same thing, okay? You're just gonna come, attach the cuff around your leg, okay? Come out, okay? And then drive the leg out and back. Okay, so whichever variation you want, both are totally fine in this month. Then into our second block of exercises, we're gonna go into a 3-second pause incline chest press, 3-second, not 3 seconds, sorry, an incline bicep curl, and we are finishing off with a bird dog. So you can do it with a bar. I actually personally just did it with dumbbells for both. But basically we've got incline press, so you're coming here, okay? You're driving up, you're coming down, holding 1, 2, 3, and then driving up again, okay? So you're holding at the bottom, so it's creating that sort of tension longer. So inhale, exhale, 1001, 1002, 1003, drive up, okay? So if you're doing it with the bar, same measurement, make sure you're in the middle, inhale down, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now remember, because you are doing a 3-second pulse at the bottom, this is gonna feel significantly heavier than if you were. So if you were doing incline press with just the bar beforehand, I would move down to dumbbells because you're probably gonna feel that weight go, and then see if you can do it, okay? So yeah, it is just gonna feel heavier. So have that in mind to maybe go a little bit lighter than what you were doing to start off with, and then see how it feels. Then we're gonna go into our bicep curl. So same position, you're gonna lie here, you're gonna have your dumbbells, curl all the way up, and then extend, and make sure the arms are fully extended. And I just like to make sure that I keep the elbows sort of tucked in, like so, okay? And then down into our bird dogs, okay? So down on all fours, okay? Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, okay? We're gonna inhale, we're gonna exhale, we're gonna have that pelvic tilt, we're gonna really focus on pulling that core and that pelvic floor. You wanna pull it really hard so that you're not having all these hip shifts, so that you're not having to shift all your weight onto that leg. So you're really trying to basically keep these hips as stable. You're gonna inhale, exhale, as I said, pelvic tilt, really pull and extend opposite arm and opposite leg. If you feel like you're shifting too much to the hip, then what I would suggest is inhale, exhale, and then either have the leg that comes out or the arm that comes out, and just start training your core to have that instability. Like so. And the other problem I see is a lot of people that are overextending the spine. So as much as I say, try to remember to keep your hip and rib cage crunched together. The other thing that I would say is don't lift your leg too high up. The moment you come too high up, your back is naturally just gonna have to extend like so, okay? So just really focus, inhale, exhale, like so. And then as I said, variations, keep your feet on the floor and don't go too high, okay? That is your second tricep, and then after our third tricep, just quickly checking, we're gonna go into hip thrust into a dumbbell skull crusher. So for a hip thrust, we only have 2 exercises because we are doing a sort of hip thrust complex, okay? So basically, we're gonna be doing 3 different variations of hip thrust, okay? So we're gonna have our band around our knees like so, okay? So you want the band for the first one, okay? Band and bar, sorry. So we're gonna have our bar. If those haven't done it with a bar, you can just hold a weight plate here, it's fine, okay? So shoulders, upper shoulders on the bench, okay? We're gonna inhale, exhale, drive up, okay? You wanna focus on having the knees pushed out the ways, okay? Don't want the knees in. So if you want the knees pushed out so that you're actually getting the most from the band, okay? Inhale, exhale. Okay? As I said, if you don't have a barbell, you can literally just take a dumbbell and rest the dumbbell on your hips, like so. You might feel a bit bulkier, but it's not the end of the world, okay? So we're gonna do 8 reps with the weight and the band. Then we're gonna get rid of the weight, and we're gonna do 8 reps with just the band, okay? And then after that, we're gonna go into 8 reps off a single leg hip thrust. Now you can keep the band on, you can take the band off, okay? If it hinders you, it might hinder some people, okay? And then we are doing 8 on each leg, okay? So you're really gonna feel the burn by the end. If you struggle with the single leg up like so, you can have that leg like that. Just remember that most of the weight needs to be on the working leg, and that this leg is literally just for stability. And then we're gonna finish with a dumbbell skull crusher. So for this, we're gonna lie down on the floor. We're gonna have our arms up by our head, and we are literally just bending at the elbows down towards the floor and driving up, okay? Like so. If you are someone that struggles with elbow pain, you can just do one hand at a time and just have your hand behind your elbow to give it that little bit of protection. And that is day 3 of your March program.